This tutorial will walk you through the use of VRUN, which is a macro for running validated SAS programs. Similar to a batch file, you create a set of instructions to submit the various SAS programs that produce. For example, in this case, it's going to be called a macro called VRUN, but it submits a series of other SAS programs, summary tables, for example. In this example, it only submits two t_test 2 and 3, and you can also specify the path in case that they are in different locations. There are more advantages to the makefile in that it does a lot more, but this is how you would string along all the different programs and their dependencies here. So once you've specified that, you can go ahead and submit that program. Submit that macro call program, which is like a driver. So if I were to submit this, it will actually invoke and execute the other programs, meaning the v test or t test 2 and 3. So now it creates the logs in the list of the test 2 and 3, as you can see here, in their specified order. It will wait for the completion of the first one, in this case t-test 2, before it actually executes the subsequent one, t-test 3. In addition to submitting the programs, it actually creates a dataset that collects the metadata. The very first time we run it, it creates it, and it creates a status that says that it's initializing the dataset, but then it also captures and documents each time you submit these programs. As you can see here, it went ahead and documented the fact that we ran t-test 2 and 3, and it also collects the username and time as to when that was executed. So just to illustrate, if I were to do that once more, I'll run it just in a similar way once more with the VRUN and submit that. It will actually run those programs once again in their specified order, and then once completed, you can look at the data set here, and this is used for documentation and other purpose later, but you can see that it now documents the fact that I just ran these two programs again with the date, time, and the user that it executed documented. So you can actually edit this driver program, which I called VRUN test, which in essence calls the VRUN program. So if I were to open that again, you can edit this similar to a makefile in that you can have a series of as many programs as you want for, let's say, summary tables, and you can have a separate one for data listings and a separate one for figures or something like that. But in a way, you can control which groups of programs are executed in their specified order, and it will wait for the completion of the earlier ones before it submits the subsequent ones.